Hello, I am Rick.
I'm Nikki.
And this is the weekly Roundup. This is the show where we round up the latest theme park news and rumors and share it with you guys. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll indeed, as we do have some news regarding theme park Mardi Gras.
Yes, Busch Gardens is actually having Mardi Gras this year on select weekends and weekdays, starting January 16th and going all the way through February 16th.
That is correct. And I think we will attend. Maybe the first weekend.
Yeah, sounds good.
Busch Gardens is offering modified events with required reservations and limited capacity for safe celebrations. All events feature open-air entertainment throughout the park. Reservations are required and are limited and can be made at www.buschgardenstampa.com.
Music, beads, and festivities with French Quarter flair.
Right on. Guests will have the opportunity to catch beads from physically distant New Orleans Mardi Gras style street performers.
That's right.
Also, there'll be some live music to keep your feet happy, keep your feet moving.
Keep the good times rolling.
Feet don't fail you now.
Feast like kings and queens on Cajun classics such as shrimp po' boy, jambalaya, and hot and fresh beignets.
Mardi Gras samplers will start at $34.95.
Yes.
Basically $35 for a 5-punch lanyard. They also will have like a 10-punch lanyard and a 12-punch lanyard with varying costs.
Exactly.
We'll be going there next weekend, the first night. I'm not sure if we're going to live stream or do an edited video.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, last time we were there, we did a live stream. It went pretty well. I think an edited video would be nice too.
That's good. You know,
kind of tied up a little bow.
I'm leaning the same way.
Good.
So make sure you have the subscribe button clicked and the bell notification button clicked as well. That way you won't miss the video or if I decide to go live. In other Mardi Gras news.
Yeah.
Well, there is no other Mardi Gras news from Universal Studios Orlando. I've been checking the website. They have not updated anything on their page regarding Mardi Gras. I've been keeping an eye out for press releases. They haven't released anything to the press regarding the dates of it, whether it's canceled, anything that's happening, how it's going to be modified. We have no news whatsoever from Universal. I'm a little surprised because I said in the past I felt like Universal could do their Mardi Gras.
Right.
Based on the fact that part of Mardi Gras, a big part of it is the food, the little food kiosks that they have.
Right.
And Disney and Epcot, they're able to do all their festivals with food, little food kiosks.
Right, and they've done HHN, and they also do the holidays really, really well at Universal. So, I mean, it is possible. Maybe, they'll just drop the bomb and be like, hey, opening weekend, poof, we can just keep our fingers crossed.
I believe there's a way for them to do it
Yeah.
in a modified fashion.
And they've shown they can be successful at it.
We're just waiting for them to tell us they're going to do it in a modified fashion.
Fingers crossed. Who wants to play? Let's make a deal.
The theme park sure do, as they are offering some deals right now. Universal currently has buy one day, get 3 days for free.
Wow.
It's for Florida residents only, and it's only online. It's not available at the front gate. You have to use your days by April 30th, 2021. No blockout dates will apply if you take this deal.
The other deal Universal has going on right now is through March 31st, 2021.
That's by any 2-park pass. Can be an annual pass, can be a seasonal pass. Any 2-park pass, and you will get 3 months for free. To check out these deals, all you have to do is visit universalorlando.com. Disney, on the other hand, they still are not selling annual passes.
Right, new annual passes.
Right, if you don't have an annual pass, you can't go buy one.
Right.
You can renew yours.
Right.
And I think if yours lapse within a certain amount of time,
yes,
you can get that renewed. But they're not selling brand new ones.
No.
But they do have a deal for Florida residents. And that deal is get 4 theme park days for $199. Admission is good through June 18th, although there are some blackout dates around the holidays and late March through mid-April, probably because that's the spring break season. This ticket is 1 park per day, although there is a version of this deal with a park hopping option, and that sells for $241.50. There are also 2-day versions for $149 per ticket, and a 3-day admission for $179, all available for Florida residents. The 2-day ticket is valid only through March 11th. For more information, go to DisneyWorld.com.
Over at Disney Hollywood Studios, Rock and Roller Coaster had kind of a bumpy start at the beginning of the year.
Didn't start out well.
No.
It was down for 6 straight days.
Yes.
A problem with the launch system that has since been repaired. So people are now, again, rocking on to Rock and Roller Coaster.
That's right. It's funny. There was a lot of theories on why it was down, too. But no, it's just the launch system.
Yeah, some
No
people were
worries.
guessing, oh, it's going to be a major retheming
They're retheming. They're not telling us.
to Monsters Incorporated.
No.
Disney, they're ahead of the curve. They let us know what's going to happen.
They sure do.
Just a little problem with the launch system that got fixed, so no big deal.
Yep.
Now, over at Disney's Magic Kingdom, there's a ride over there, an attraction that hasn't been doing well for pretty much all of 2020 and into 2021.
That's true.
The People Mover.
It hasn't been moving any people.
Now, Disney says they do have it scheduled to reopen on January 30th.
Okay.
However, they did have it rescheduled to open earlier in the month as well. They had a date of January 2nd for it to reopen. They didn't make that date. And then they had, a date of January 10th that they had said, oh, it's going to open now on January 10th.
Right.
And they didn't make that date.
No, they didn't.
So we'll see if they hit the date of January 30th for the People Mover to start moving people again.
That's right.
Sound the alarm.
River alert!
Ah, classic. T-shirts coming soon. I swear I'm going to make that happen. But there is a little rumor regarding an Epcot restaurant.
That's right.
The Garden Grill in Future World at Epcot. It is rumored to be closing down at least for a bit.
Yeah, on February 20th.
Yes. And now the reason why this room is going about is because if you try to check for availability for the Garden Grill
Right.
on February 21st and all the way through the rest of the calendar that's available, it shows no availability. So that's kind of feeding the rumors that it's going to shut down at least for a little bit.
That's right. Another rumor that's been going around for a while now has been that Disney might be getting rid of Magic Bands.
Yeah, in favor of a smartphone app.
That's right.
Now, we know people who've been checking into Disney hotels, Disney's not giving them free Magic Bands anymore.
Right.
So I can see how this rumor's kind of going, how it got going. It's no big deal, I don't think, if you're going to check into a hotel, stay on Disney property, that instead of giving you a Magic Band, you just use the app.
Right.
Unless, you're like me and your phone dies a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that everybody in your party has to have it as a backup system because, like him, he never charges his phone.
Because because the Magic Bands are used for a lot, to get into your hotel room, for purchases, all kinds of things.
That's right. They sure are.
So, in one hand, I can see it happening. The other, I can't see it happening. But another reason I don't see them totally going away, you can buy these. They sell Magic Bands, cool different designs and everything.
Right. It's a moneymaker.
It's a revenue stream.
It
I don't
is.
see them wanting to get rid of that revenue stream.
That's a good point.
So, we'll see as the year goes on what happens with Magic Bands. So that's it for the rumors. Just a couple little ones. No big deal.
Okay.
Nothing to get a fuss over.
No one fusses. It's okay.
Some people don't like rumors.
That's okay.
But that's why we give the alarm.
That's true.
You think it's just a cute little thing we do, but no, we're warning people. And now the rumors are over. Let's move on to questions and answers. You guys have the questions. I'll attempt to answer. I'll do my best.
Question number 1 is from Mindy. Does Universal allow guests to wear costumes?
Well, not by the strict definition of a costume. They will not allow costume mask. Because you have to wear a mask now.
That's true.
Let me clarify.
Okay,
They don't allow costume masks.
Right.
But they do allow cosplay.
Sure enough.
So I see a lot of people walking around, especially for Harry Potter, dressed up in those cute Harry Potter outfits.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I've seen people also cosplay as Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Yeah, and I've even seen several that have dressed like little minions walking around, and maybe even Scooby and the gang.
Yeah, where they cosplay as
the
Daphne,
whole family.
or Velma, or Fred. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaggy,
so they definitely don't discourage it by any means. It's just,
those cosplay things are also what bounding is the other term.
Right.
Is acceptable. Just like no costume masks.
There is another term though that's catching on. I gotta check into that. We'll put it at the bottom. I know I gotta Google it again. I can't remember, but it's a cute term that they're using now for that too as well.
All right, you're in charge of that. If it doesn't show up on the screen,
then it's my fault and I dropped the ball. All right, number 2 is from Andrew Mears. Hi guys, Andrew from Ireland here. I'm just wondering, do you have any idea when Sapphire Falls will reopen?
I do not know when. They haven't said anything. Here's the thing. Even when we were at the busiest season here in Christmas, all the hotels were not open and all the rooms weren't available.
Exactly.
Because you got to think right now it's mainly domestic travel. People coming to the parks, they're Americans living in all the states, no overseas. So, that's a big part of the bookings for the rooms.
Is overseas.
Overseas guests.
Yeah,
and there's
tourists
no
and stuff,
overseas travel. So maybe that won't open until overseas travel is allowed.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Number 3 is from Skylar. Hi, my name is Skylar, and I am 12 years old. We are going to Universal Studios for my 13th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! On the 20th of January. We're eating at the Chocolate Emporium, and I just wanted to know if it was a good place to eat.
Okay.
Nice question.
You have a favorite dish there.
I do.
Like, you say it's the best you ever had anywhere in the world.
Yes.
What is that?
The tuna melt. Absolutely the best. I absolutely love it. I get it every time now.
She does love that, but would a 12 or 13-year-old like tuna? I wouldn't. I still don't like tuna. I'm just like a couple years over 13. So.
Just a couple.
So, we'll see. I mean, that's a great dish. The chocolate bread as an appetizer, yes, get the chocolate bread.
Yeah, definitely with that, the honey butter.
Woo. It's like we asked what
honey
it was.
maple butter or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, really good.
So good.
Another good thing about there, they have like breakfast and brunch all the time.
Yes.
And that's what I usually get is the waffles.
Yeah, you get the Bananas Foster's waffles, and they're so light and fluffy and
I've
nice.
had some other ones too. The waffles are just great. I mean, waffles are almost like a dessert.
Yeah.
And speaking of dessert, that's why you really want to go there. The milkshakes.
Ooh, yes. The birthday cake milkshake
get that. It's your birthday. Get that.
So good. Yeah, I got it on my last birthday when I was there, and I totally loved it. It's enough to feed like a family of 4.
Yeah, well, you get a milkshake, and then they basically put a large piece of cake on top of the milkshake. So
exactly.
It's 2 desserts in 1.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 is from April Jones Petrie. We are planning on a visit a year from now. Should we visit Epcot? It's the only Disney park we haven't been to, but being Canadian, the monetary exchange makes it very costly. So we want to know if it's worth the cost to visit Epcot. My kids will be 16 and 18 by the time we visit again.
Okay. New experiences are always great.
Yes.
So, but here's the deal with Epcot. Right now, major construction zone. They are having major renovations at Epcot.
And things are kind of running behind schedule.
Yeah, because they're building a new indoor roller coaster,
right.
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And they've kind of slowed down that construction.
They have. Exactly. So,
and I understand the cost, I understand the priciness of going to Epcot because if you go to a festival, you're just spending money on a lot of food.
And the food portion sizes are small. Yeah. So, yeah, it is. We usually, between the 2 of us, will drop $50 at Epcot and walk out hungry.
Yeah, even me going to Epcot, I'm like, ugh, we're going to have to go spend a lot of money today.
Right. Yeah. So it is a kind of a costly park. Yeah. And then there's only a few rides. So you've got a lot of people visiting, a few number of choices for rides. So those are all things definitely to consider.
So I would say between the renovation and the construction that's happening there, if you can hold off for another year, I think 1 year may not be the right time for you.
Right. You kind of have
2 years from now. I don't know your schedule, your vacation schedule, but for Epcot, 2 years from now would be better than a year from now.
Yeah, I kind of think so. Yeah. And right now is the Festival of the Arts, and that's our favorite festival. Absolutely. So if that's something you enjoy too, and you're not so concerned about rides, then, you know, that might be worth it.
Yeah, well, maybe. Still a lot of construction.
Exactly, it is. There's a lot of construction there still. Okay, number 5 is from Ruth. We're moving to Florida in the next 3 years.
Congratulations.
That's right. Welcome to Florida. And curious as how annual passes work, what are the pros and cons?
Love annual passes. If you are a Florida resident, you get a discount on your annual passes. So pros and cons, I would say there's no con to getting an annual pass.
Right.
There's nothing but benefits.
Right. Especially if it's something that you want to do on the weekends or, even like midweek, just go to dinner. It's a cost-saving way. You get discounts on things. You get discounts on parking depending on
restaurants, food, merchandise.
Exactly. So you'll make your money back if you go just a few times.
Yeah.
So
the only con is if you buy it and don't use it.
Right. That would be the only bad part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely get one. Or for the whole family. And the good thing about having annual passes, like we often do, you don't have to go spend all day. If you're in the mood for a particular ride, whether it be like a Disney ride like Space Mountain or a Universal ride, so just pop over and ride it.
Yeah, and then you don't feel guilty about only being there for like 2-3 hours and then just, heading home. I think it's the best way to have an extended backyard.
Yes.
So get extended neighborhood.
Get Disney passes, Universal passes, get all the passes you can get.
Yeah, enjoy all the fun
that Florida.
Yep, Florida offers, absolutely. All right, number 6 is from Ashley. I'm looking into surprising my kids who are 7 and 8 with a trip to Universal the 3rd week in March. What are the crowds normally like at this time? And would you think Express Passes is a smart choice at this time, or normally is it slower?
Second half of March, was that the date?
Yeah, it was.
The 3rd week, that is it starts to get busy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You're entering spring break season.
Oh, yeah. And spring break season, and we call it a season, is because it's multiple weeks. It's not
spread out.
Yeah, because you've got different parts of the country
and
coming,
and
then private schools. So, and all of that varies.
They all have different dates for spring break.
Right.
Now, Easter break is usually closer to Easter.
Okay.
But a lot of private schools do Easter break.
Right.
But mid-March to mid-April.
Yeah.
Spring break season, so it will be busier. Yeah. So you might need those express passes then.
Right. Now, so if you're staying in a luxury hotel, then those will automatically, on Universal property, let's just say, those will be
you get those with your room.
Right. But if not, you can always go into the park and see how it's going that day and then decide when you're in there. Don't just stay outside of the park and be like, oh my gosh, it's so crowded coming in. Because you just never know how the crowds will disperse through the day.
Right.
So, and there's multiple places throughout the park that you can get an express pass. You don't have to get it at the front of the park.
So I would say during that time frame, leaning towards probably needing an express pass, but don't buy it ahead of time.
Right.
Get a feel for the park, see if you really want it.
Exactly. Okay, number 7 is from Jinx2112. Have you ever thought about you and Nikki doing dueling vlogs as you both vlog from separate parks on the same day and see who gets the most views? P.S. My money's on
Nikki. Yes, Nikki. We haven't thought about that for vlogs, like for edited videos.
Right.
However, Nikki does have a channel. We're trying to. At one point, we did one thing different with it, with her painting her rocks. But we're thinking of ways to repurpose the channel. And part of that thought process was we could do dueling live streams.
Right, which would be funny.
Like I would be at one park, she'd be at another park, and you guys can bounce in between the two live streams as you wish. Right. And see what's going on with each of us and what's happening in that park.
That's right.
So, dueling live streams is a consideration.
It'd be hilarious. You'd be at Universal. I'd be at Epcot. Something like that. All right.
Mix it up.
That's right. Something fun. All right. Last one is number 8 from Fred. Do you go to Cocoa Beach much? And have you any tips for visiting there?
We do go to Cocoa.
Yes. The sand is so soft and powdery. It's beautiful
That's
there.
the nice thing about Cocoa Beach is the sand is that white sand.
Yes.
It's a little better sand than, say, if you go up to Daytona or New Smyrna Beach. Those two beaches, though, there are sections where you can drive on it.
Right.
You cannot drive on Cocoa Beach.
Correct. And then there's also a Ron there. And you can take surfing lessons. Now, here in Florida, we don't have massive waves. It's not like Hawaii. Yeah. We have little, baby waves. But it's a great way to learn how to surf, or a place to learn how on an easier tide, I guess. An easier set of waves.
I guess you don't want to start off on like a 10-foot wave or something.
Exactly.
If you're beginning. The other thing is, like, for us, since we live here, that's a day trip.
It is.
We drive out there in the morning, drive back in the afternoon, which you can do as well. You could get a room if you wanted to stay there, but you can drive there from the hotels at Universal or Disney and give yourself a day trip to Coco.
Right. Is it the Beeline?
Yeah, take the Beeline.
Yeah, you just take the Beeline over. It's, pretty
Boom.
much straight shot. Yeah, it's a great beach. We really like
Unless
that a
there's
lot.
an accident, and then that's no fun because traffic will back up.
Yeah, exactly.
So making a day trip there or, stay overnight. Fun fact, that's where they filmed some of, like, I Dream of Jeannie, right? Because
That's right.
they were astronauts
That's
back in the
right.
60s or whatever, and I Dream of Jeannie there. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? Was that it?
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out with us. If you want to submit a question, I get lots of questions. I don't read or do everyone on video. But if you want to submit one or a video idea, just visit myrixflix.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage, submit a question or a video idea. And as always,
Don't miss the magic. Don't miss the fun.
thanks for watching Rixflix. And now, time to relax.
Wow, this is great. We're both screwing up a lot. Yay.